Hi everyone and welcome back to Flosstube. If you've not been here before, my name is Sam and this is a channel all about cross stitch and my crafty plans. And if you have been before, then thank you very much. It's been a good while, almost a month I think, since I last saw you, so I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, however you celebrated it. I had a really quiet one with my family and it was great. We stayed in comfies all day. Lizzie was in her Christmas pajamas all day, and we had Ryan's parents come over in the morning, and then we just relaxed all day. Sorry, the dogs have decided to make an appearance. So yeah, it was absolutely lovely, and she did nothing but play all day. Absolutely loved it, and then was fast asleep by 5:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, it was a great day. She got absolutely spoiled, which is obviously what you want. This year we had all the magic because she believed in Santa and she understood. We had the magic key and yeah, all that good stuff. She loved it. So yeah, very nice. And then on New Year's Eve, I stitched all night. Lizzie went to bed at 7. Ryan was gaming and had a drink with his friends, and I was sat in here in the conservatory, and then I knew it was midnight because it was like World War III. There was tons of fireworks going off, the whole room lit up. Yeah, and then I stayed up stitching until 5 AM. I can't believe it. I got really stuck into my Bella, which I'll show you in a bit. I've had a lot of progress. I think I was stitching for like 8 hours, if not more. Watched you know, a full series of a Netflix show. I think it was The Lincoln Lawyer I watched. Yeah, so it was really chilled, really enjoyed it. Just got a lot of time to relax and recoup. Lizzie's gone back to school today, so you know, had a chance to have a bit of free time, organise all my stash, make some plans which I'm excited to share with you. So yeah, it's all going really well. For any of you that follow me on Instagram or you're in the Floss Friends Facebook group, you'll know that this weekend just gone was quite exciting because it was the launch of the Big Stitch UK 2024 retreat tickets. For any of you that don't know, it's the 28th and 29th of July 24. I know it's a way away, but it's a huge event, so we need to plan in front. There's up to 300 tickets available, so it's a big one. It's been so popular, and I just want to put a big thank you out there to everybody that's bought tickets. We've had people from obviously the UK, but all over Europe, Canada, the US. It's going to be incredible. A lot of people that I chat to on social media and people that I watch on Flosstube, and I'm finally going to get to meet them in person, so it's going to be something very special. For any of you that do want to know more information about the retreat or want to put your name down for tickets, I'll put the email address in the information below, and then if you want to sign up, there is still some tickets available, but they are going quickly, so do get in touch. So yeah, that's all really exciting. We've got the Floss Friends retreats coming up in May, so everybody's starting to talk about that now, which you know, I love to see everybody's faces again. October seems like it was ages ago, so yeah, I'm really excited for that. And the week before that, I'm going to my well, I think it's the first ever Bella Filipina retreat, hosted by Hawkins Hobbies, Zarina and Rob, so that will be great. And there's loads of the Floss Friends people going, so again, it's going to be like a little mini reunion. I can't wait. And I'll show you my fancy lady plans because I've gone a little bit nuts. Apparently now I love beading. Which I don't know where that's come from, but yeah, I've got so many different things to be looking forward to. If you are around the Yorkshire area. I do go to the Yorkshire Stitchers not retreat, but a day stitching session. That's usually the last Saturday of every month. It's on the 28th of January this month. And that is lovely. It's in a country pub. We all sit down, we have some dinner, have a drink, and then stitch for like 4 or 5 hours. And it tends to be the same faces that go every month, but it is not cliquey at all. Everybody is welcome. Andrea and I go, and there's yeah, a few people that we speak to regularly there. So if you are local to me and you're looking for regular meetups, do come along. It's a free day. The only thing that you're expected to do is buy some lunch to support the pub, because they do give us a stitching area for free. So yeah, that's my plans. Well, that's my days out plans, let's say. I've got a lot more stitchy plans than that. So I think I'm going to jump into the WIPS first. I'm kind of surrounded by all the stitching today. Yeah, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with what I need to show you, so I might need to take breaks just to tidy up, but I'm going to go into that first. So the first one I'm going to show you is my Mirabilia, and this is Botanical Gardens. It's a Nora Corbett pattern. And for anybody that's not seen, I saw this on Trees of Little Stitches No Bam Walk Around. If you are looking for inspiration or to be totally enabled, that is the video for you. On her last video, she actually mentioned that there was a jewel conversion, which I'm excited to see. Obviously, I've already started this, so I'll continue with that. But yeah, that sounds pretty exciting. So last time, if you watched, I'd just done the skin and not really focused on filling in. I've only done 1 day of stitching since then, so it's not loads, but now at least her face is coming together a little bit more. I decided that I just wanted to do this 2/2, just because some of the skin colours are not too far off the fabric. So as you can see, I still need to do her cheeks and her mouth, but her eyes and her nose are now in. So this is stitched on 32 count fabric of the month from Sparklies, and this is an opalescent even weave, and I got this at the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching Show. So that is coming along. She is one of my focus pieces, and again I will go through that with you in a little bit, what my plans are, but basically each month I'm going to allocate some projects that are a focus, and she is one of them. So she'll be on my rotation for this month, so she will get a bit of work, but I'm happy with how she's coming on. My next one, I've got a lot of love on Instagram for this, and I'm really enjoying it, and I think this will be a finish by the end of January. This is my mini chatelaine. Oh, and I'm just totally in love with it, guys. I'm just going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see some of the beading. So basically I've completely finished this side. I just need to do a bit more filling in like what I'm calling like the maze area, and then I need to go around the edges obviously and fill in these bits. These bits actually only take me like a day of stitching to do these, even though there is a lot of beads and specialty threads in. It's this bit that takes me the longest. I don't really like doing those specialty threads. I love the middle part. That came together so nice. I was worried about the green because I did change out some of the colours, and I thought the green was too dark for these like pastel-y pinks and greys, but now the middle part has come in with the green and the pink. I love it. Really love it. and as you can see from my hands, it's only really small. I would say if you are terrified of chatelaines, just like I was, do give one of the tiles or the minis a try. I think I started this in November, and it's not been a focus piece. I've just stitched on it as and when. In fact, I think I've stitched on this on a couple of stitching calls, like stitch and chat online things. Yeah, and that's where the progress has come from. It's when you see the pattern, it's daunting. However, the minis, I think they were originally like a mystery sal, so you got them in sections. So that is exactly how I've stitched it. I started with the outside, no, I started like with the maze, just the outline, and then I did the outline of these with the trees, and then it's just been filling in since. But yeah, I do genuinely love this one, and I think this is going to be the first one that I get professionally framed, just because I'm so proud of it. A few people have asked me about kitting up, so I have requested the what is it called? I want to say the Black Swan Lake, sorry, brain has gone this morning, it's a Monday morning, brain's gone. So I've requested the Swan Lake full kit from Zarina at Hawkins Hobbies. I've already got the pattern. I'll just need to provide my fabric. They are very, very expensive, I am not gonna deny that. I was too impatient because she usually has a wait list of about 6 months, but when I saw this at the knitting and stitching, I just wanted to get started straight away. The DMC threads I just use from Stash, the fabric I use from Stash. The specialty threads I got from 123 Stitch. They took forever, so I did substitute some more. No fault of theirs, they were stuck like through customs from the 9th of December right until like after Christmas. So I ordered them I think towards the end of November, and I got them on the 28th of December, I think, which is not usual. It's just the time of year and all the postal strikes and everything. So I definitely recommend ordering from them because they're really affordable and the delivery's cheap to the UK. And then the beads I had to get from 2 different places. So some of them I could get from 123 Stitch. The others, a lot of the Swarovski beads, so these like really big ones here, I don't know if you can see those, and then there's the one in the middle, and a couple of the other beads, they were out of stock, so I used a company called, I think it's CJ Beaders, and another one in Europe which I can't remember the name of. So I had to do a lot of shopping around. I would say excluding the pattern and fabric, it probably cost me about £60 to kit this up, and that is just because of the threads and the beads, but I definitely think it's worth it. I love it. I've got a weird thing going on right here. So yeah, that is this one, and as you can tell, I'm very, very proud and I love it. So this one, my aim is to get this done by the end of the month. So oh, what I did want to say as well is if you decide that you want to do a chatelaine, there is a great support group, but also there's a free pattern on the Chatelaine website where you can just give it a try if you're not sure, because the patterns are not the cheapest either. I think they're between like £20 and £40 for the patterns. I was very lucky, I got them in the Black Friday deal where they were at 50% off. I don't know how often they run sales, but definitely I think they're worth it. I was gonna do the same as Andrea. I can't remember what mini it is. There's basically a series of 6 different mini gardens, and I was going to do the same as her so we could swap like some of the leftover like threads and whatever to make it cheaper. But I've seen the dragonfly tile, which is predominantly beads, and I'm not sure whether I need to give that a go before I start my Swan Lake. But I'm still on the fence, but I'm definitely going to be starting another chatelaine because I am addicted. And I never thought I was a sparkly person, but now I'm stitching all the things sparkly and glittery with the beads. So yeah, something's changed. So my next one, oh, I don't think I said, that is stitched on 28 count, Fabric of the Month by Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics. So my next one has not been out in a while. I think some of you will be happy to see this. This is a mini witching hour by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. You will know that I have completely gone off my stitchy bug for full coverage. I don't know what's happening. It used to be all that I worked on. I did a little bit of splurging with my Christmas money that I was gifted by family and friends, and I bought some more scroll frames. So the plan is, if it's on a frame, it's ready to go. I don't have to faff around putting it in a hoop or Q-snap, you know, messing around with a grime guard or fabric or anything. So that is my plan. If it's there ready to go, even if it's just like 100 stitches or something, or I just stitch on it for an hour, it's all ready to go. And that is what I did, and I loved it. So here is my progress. Sorry you can't see the top because it's on the frame. I've worked on this 2 days over this weekend, and I did 1952 stitches. This is all done in tent stitch. I don't know if you'll be able to remember. I might put a photo up from where it was before if I remember, but this whole section here was pretty much blank, and the bottom of the candlestick wasn't done either. So I've done a lot of work in that section, and then just started doing, I wanted to see where the book ended, so I just did along this section here as well, just to separate it off. Next time I will want to get this bit finished. It's a lot of confetti. As you can see, there's like the little symbol in there, and the segments of the book. So I want to try and get this bit all finished, and I really need to just get this confetti bit of the paw finished as well. I was contemplating colour completing, so I can't remember what colour it is. I think it's 3371 or something like that, and it's basically the whole outline of the candlestick, which comes way down here, and it's about 3000 stitches, but I think I'm just going to carry on as I'm going. So finish this off, finish this section of the candlestick, and then just try and work down here. A lot of this is black, so because the book is like leaning down, so actually that bit should go fairly quickly, but I'm loving it. It looks great. And these scroll frames, they're from, I want to say just like Stitcher.com or something like that. I'll try and link it below. They're like between £10 and £15 each. They're nothing sort of fancy. They've just got a little clip, like a Q-snaps clip, and then I'll just show you the back. You just roll it around and your little clip holds it in place. Dead easy to put together, nothing, you know, nothing too tricky, and it just fits straight into my Lowry stand, and then it's all ready to go. The next thing I need to do though is make some project bags for these to fit into, because Lizzie got a ton of Play-Doh for Christmas, and now she is wanting to play in Mummy's craft room all the time, which is great. Thanks Dan and Grandad. But yeah, so excited on that, and that is 28 count easy guide stitched 2/1 tent stitch with DMC. That one, I know I said it last year, but that one 100% will be a finish this year. I have here, I think I'm just under 66%, so I'm majority of the way there. I think I've got like 25,000 stitches, and that is going to be the only full coverage I focus on until it's done. So that is my plan. And please do count me to it. My next one is the one that I've stitched the most on, so I stitched on this for 4 days. This was the one that I was stitching on New Year's Eve and just got loads done. So this is Greta Goldbroom by Bella Filipina. This is my Teresa Made Me Do It stitch. I don't know if any of you joined the group, but basically it's any fancy ladies, and I know it wasn't a brand new start, but this was the one that genuinely Teresa made me do. I saw this on her channel and I wanted to start it as well. So you're gonna have to excuse me with this one because this is on the huge scroll frame and it's not the easiest to handle, but I have done loads. So I've just finished my second page, excluding the beads but all the back stitches in. Last night I finished the start of a hair and a hat. I'll show you the skin because I did some changes. Sorry if it's a bit wobbly. So I started off doing 1/1, and I was making so many mistakes, and then it's not easy to frog either, so I decided to do the 2/1 tent stitch, and quite frankly I don't think you can see a difference. So round here was 1/1, and all along here and her chest is 2/1 tent. So that was a really good tip from Teresa Little Stitcher. I think my next bit is going to be to do her boots down here, and then I've just got the whole of the other side left to do. I think there's maybe 3 pages left, I'm not sure. And then I'm going to go back in after and do all the beading. I kind of wanted to do the beading as I went, but I'm just a little bit scared of how it'll work on the scroll frame because I like it really tight. You know, I've got that definite drum going on. So yeah, I know people say put felt on it, but I'm just a little bit worried. I'm going to show you the fabric because I absolutely love it, and I might even end up buying some more of this. This is Celebration of Roses by Pole Stitchers. This is 28 count and it's an opalescent. I'm just going to see if you can see that, and I just absolutely love it. And I think she's going to look great. I've probably ordered way more fabric than I need, but I have a feeling that she is going to be a, you know, I'm going to get somebody to frame her for me as well, because she's going to be my first ever fancy lady. And again, I've loved it. I've found it quite addictive, nowhere near as scary as I thought it was going to be. You know, when you see these incredible amazing finishes that people do, but actually it is just your normal crosses. You know, there's the odd bit of half cross in there and a little bit of back stitch, but it's nothing scary. So again, if you've not done one, I would encourage it. There's I'd probably say start with maybe some of the Nora Corbetts because they are a little bit smaller, but definitely give it a go, and the support groups are amazing, so there's a lot of help out there if you need it. So that is all my WIPS, believe it or not. It's not many WIPS, but the progress has been significant. Obviously I can't count all the stitches because a lot of them are on paper patterns, and I used to think that I wouldn't stitch on anything unless it was on Pattern Keeper, but actually with the scroll frames I'm just using 2 needle minders, one for my needle or scissors and the other one just to hold my pattern in place, and it's working really well. And I'm stitching just as fast as I do with Pattern Keeper. So yeah, absolutely loving it. I think I've got some new starts and finishes. I'm just going to pause there and make myself another cup of coffee. I'll be back in 2. And I'm back. The rain has just started, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too loud in here. But I'm eager to get back going. So I'm going to go through my new starts first, and then I think I'm going to show you my finish at the end. So my next one is the Modern Folk embroidery style called Reaching Skyward. So this was the one that Jacob released. It's got the little reindeer on it and the centre part. With the pattern, it's nothing like I've ever had before with a mystery cell. He actually gives you a full like booklet of all different options, so all of like the banners, these segments, the animals, the central part, all these bits that are in like the columns can be swapped out to an alternative. A little bit complicated, because you can choose multiple different designs, but the pattern keeper one is only of the original that he showed. So I think I'm actually going to work on this on paper. This is the version that I'm planning on doing. I love the little birds up here and the swans, and I just prefer this little floral section, so I'll show you the other one. It's a bit more angled, but I much prefer this one here. So I'm going to do that one. And then I'm not quite decided about the other bits. I want to do this border as well. So pretty much most of it is going to be swapped out, which definitely makes my life harder. This one is not going to be a focus piece. I'm just going to stitch on it as and well. I'm not going to do the monthly challenges. I'm just going to stitch on it when I probably need to not really think about, you know, what I'm doing, because once you're in your stride, it's quite repetitive. So I just stitched on this one day, and that was, we did a online stitch and chat for the launch of the SAL. So this is what I've done. So just that corner motif and then the start of the top border. This was just under 500 stitches. It is 2/2 on 32 count Belfast by Zweigart. Sorry, I'm not sure of the colour, and I've not ironed it either. So the colours that I decided on is DMC 154 and then DMC 223. However, for the little no, sorry, wrong one. For the little birds, so swans and these birds here, just the little bits that I want to stand out, maybe some of these little motifs. What I'm going to do is insert a third colour which is not charted, and that is DMC 225, because I think the swans need to be in a lighter colour, but I quite like these two together. So that is my plan for that. I have seen so much progress by some people. Some people had finished the first month within like a week. So it is this section all on the top that is the first month. But all I've done is this bit and the outline here, and that is 500 stitches, let's say. It's over 40,000 stitches altogether, so it is a big one. He said it's the same size of Fruits of Plenty, and is almost like a companion piece. So if you've stitched them on the same fabric, you can theoretically put them side by side in a frame and they would match and be the same size. I didn't stitch the Fruits of Plenty, so that didn't matter to me, but for those of you that were thinking about starting it and want to know how big it is a biggie, but it does look lovely. So yeah, it's a good one to start. My next one is going to be a focus piece, and I'm going to have to put a picture in just because the printed one that I have is not the best. Oh, and I've got my pattern on it, so let me just take that off. So I'm going to be stitching Queen of Hearts by Owl Forest Embroidery. And this was my treat start because I've had a finish in December. So this is where I am so far. I've stitched mainly the DMC, but just a little bit of the treasure braid in her crown and the back stitching in the cuff of her dress. I've left this bit empty because this is going to be black back work in white, but it's fallen on the white part of the fabric, so I'm wondering whether to swap that out for a silver treasure braid, but I'm not sure as yet what I want to do. But yeah, that's been lots of fun. It was a little bit tricky getting all the beads and everything, and the kits are still not available from Owl Forest. I think you can buy the patterns from their website now, but I actually bought it from their Etsy page. But yeah, I'm loving it. So I wanted to try and get this done by the end of January, but when I saw her dress, she's actually bigger than I thought. So I think I've spent 2 days on her so far. So it is coming along fairly quickly. I'm stitching this 2/2 full cross with DMC. I'm not using the Owl Forest threads just because I couldn't get them. And this is stitched on 28 count Brittany Lugana in the colourway Cuddles Opalescent by Pole Stitches. Oh no, sorry, it's not Opalescent, it's just Cuddles, this one. Lovely mottling, and I got this off their Etsy page. I ordered this on like the 28th of December and it was here by the beginning of January. So with the bank holidays and everything, that was pretty awesome. So yeah, loving that one. And next to show you is my wonderful finish. A lot of you will have seen this if you're on my Instagram page. I got a lot of lovely feedback, so thank you so much. But here he is. And this is the Reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings, and this is stitched with all DMC, and this is on 28 count Opalescent Supernova even weave by Sparklies. So yeah, absolutely love him. He was a great finish. I've not seen anybody else stitch him on the dark colours, so yeah, I don't think I can hold him up without putting my arm over my face. So yeah, super happy with him. He was finished just after Christmas, so wasn't up on display, and quite frankly I have no idea how to finish it. I didn't want it to just be in a frame. I don't know whether to do it on like what you call them when you have like the dowel and it's like a hanging banner, but I don't know. It's not going to come out until next Christmas now anyway, so I've got a lot of time to consider what to do. But I loved it. The fabric is phenomenal. It is lovely to work on, super soft. The only downside was these grey colours in the hooves. I had to be in the right place to stitch that. It needed to be in the middle of the day, in the conservatory, or under a bright lamp. It was just yeah, a little bit too dark, that colour, and I could have swapped it out, but I just persisted. And I'm pretty sure this took me 14 days, but not stitching on it monogamously. So yeah, and I will do more of these. I'm thinking maybe the bear, but I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not in no rush. But yeah, that was a great finish. So because I finished that one, that was my treat to start the Owl Forest embroidery one. So that's all my projects I've been working on. I did get some Christmas money, which I've also already mentioned when I got the scroll frames. I I was a little bit sad. I spent 2 days going through 123 Stitch, which is my favourite place to order from at the moment. I think I've done like 3 orders in the last month. So I've gone through their entire charts list and made a huge wish list, and I've ordered some more beads and specialty threads to kit some things up. So I'm going to show you, because they're kind of my plans for 2023 as well. So in fact, I'll go through. The first thing that I ordered was the book of days. I've never had one of these before. I usually use spreadsheets. If you know me, I'm spreadsheet mad. I do everything through Google Drive. So I've got it on my phone, my iPad, my laptop, my work computer, all of the others. But I watched the Hygge Stitcher and she did it lovely with stickers and washi tape and all the cuteness. So I decided that I wanted to do that myself. I've still got my primary list of all my WIPs on a spreadsheet, just so I know when I started them more than anything. So this is where I am so far. It's looking very, very cute. These 3 days I didn't stitch, so I just put a great big whacking sticker in there, and I'm doing like a girly woodland theme for January. So here I am. So this is my focus. So I've got a lot of WIPs, as you will have seen from the WIP parade, and what I want to do is get some finishes in 2023. That's my plan. So I've kind of set up categories, so full coverage, chatelaine, fancy ladies, and what I'm calling smalls. Now they're not smalls, you know, I'm calling the reindeer and the owl forest embroidery one a small. But that is one that if I really focused on it, I could probably get it done within a month, and that is what I'm calling a small. So for January, I'm focusing on the mini chatelaine, the Queen of Hearts, Witching Hour, Greta Goldbloom and Botanical Garden. So pretty much everything that you have seen here other than the Modern Folk embroidery style. And my goal for this month is just to finish one of those. It doesn't matter which one, it doesn't matter how big it is, but that is my goal. And by the end of 2023, I want to have had at least 12 finishes. Sorry, the sun is coming out. Yeah, I want to have had at least 12 finishes. It doesn't matter whether they're all smalls or bigs or whatever, but one finish a month is my challenge. I've tried all the other challenges. I've tried Whip Go, I've tried doing where they have prompts and all of that goodness, and it just doesn't really work for me. So what I've done in anticipation is, I know that one of my categories is the smalls, so I've been and bought more smalls. And I've also started to kit up more fancy ladies or beaded projects, because I know that they're going to be another focus. So 2 of the smalls that I got from 123 Stitch. This is my first one. Andrea got this one last year at some point, and I absolutely fell in love with it. She very kindly said I could have the pattern when she was finished with it, but I just wanted to order it sooner than that really, and plus I wanted to order the colour of the house, so I ordered those as well. So love that one. So that one is by Little House Needleworks. Sorry guys, I'm just going to pause it. I'm going to sort the blinds out. There we go. Being in the conservatory is great, but when the sun comes through, it's like being in a greenhouse. So yeah. So this is going to be on my to-do list when I finish one of the other smalls. The next one is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and I think I saw this on Stitchy Friends Flosstube, so the bookstore, and I just love this one. This is a nice little small. Sorry, the sun is doing something crazy. Yeah, I thought that was really cute and would make a nice little ornament or a cushion. So that one is on my list too. So the next ones are all the fancy ladies, or one that's not a fancy lady but a Nora Corbett. And I've started to kit them all up, and that's what I've spent my Christmas money on. So the next one that is already fully kitted up and ready to go, you will have seen before if you've watched my other videos. This is Gaia, the Earth Goddess. I've got all the fabric, now got all the fancy threads, I've got all the beads, I've got everything, so she is all ready to go. And I think she might be my star at the Bella retreat, unless she's done before. My next one, again, you will have seen it. This is Sol Tropicana by Bella Filipina. This one was I bought at the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching Show, and I have now fully kitted this up. I've got all the threads, and I've ordered some teal opalescent fabric from Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics, and I'm hoping that that is going to work. I thought the teals and the oranges and the pinks would look really, really nice on that, but excuse me, I'm still waiting for that to come through to decide whether I want to do that or not. The next one, I've not ordered all of the beads as yet. I've ordered the fabric and I ordered the chart in one of my stitching orders. I saw this on the Bella Filipina group finished and it just looked gorgeous. I'm not usually a huge fairy fan, but yeah, I love her. So it's Maria Maculing, maybe. I'm not good with her names. So yeah, she is on my list too, but I still need to fully kit her up. And then another one I have ready to go is The Baker's Wife by Nora Corbett. I love her. I'm just not 100% sure about the skin being so white, but I'm not sure. I may change it, may not. Depends on how brave I'm feeling. And the last one that I ordered and fully kitted up was this one by Nora Corbett. This is the Christmas Eve Couriers, and this is the Vixen. Again, I saw these on the Hygge Stitches Flosstube. She is doing them all, so I think she said she stitches one every year. I'm not sure whether I'm that brave. The sleigh's gorgeous, but I just don't honestly know how I would display them. But this was my favourite one out of all the reindeers, so I'm excited to do that. That one might be Christmas in July maybe, or if I can be patient, it might end up waiting until Christmas. So as you can see, I've been spending all the money, I've been getting all ready, got lots of plans, lots of things to do. Definitely need to focus on that full coverage. I'm going to try and do at least 4,000 stitches a month, which is actually only sort of 4 days. So that one needs to be done, and then I can put that one to bed. If it can get done by February, March, that would be amazing. And then I can pull one of my other full coverages out and try and get a finish. I've got my Pocahontas Story Keep that is probably not that far off a finish. And then I've got Little Gamer by Gecko Rouge that I also want to focus on and get a finish on that, because they're not too far off. But when you're focusing on 20 different full coverages, you know, your progress is minimal. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is going to work. I've seen a full coverage that I want to start, which is one that I've charted up and that's on the website. I'll put a photo in of that just because I absolutely love it, but I can't do it. I can't start it until I finish Witching Hour, because it is niggling away at me that it should have been done in October. So yeah, I've got my plans. Whether I stick to them or not is something very different. I'm forever dropping off the wagon. But yeah, that's all very, very exciting. I can't wait to get some finishes. On my last video, I think it was, I told you I was also going to be doing my first ever quilting. And I'm in part of the Murder Mystery Quilt Sal. So basically what happens is every month you get sent a portion of a quilting pattern and a chapter of a story. Each month it's like a whodunit, you know, murder mystery. You have to try and figure out who the murderer is, and every time you get a correct guess, you get entered into the raffle, and if you achieve your quilting guide by the end of the month, you get entered into the raffle as well. If you don't finish it, there's no penalties or anything like that. They've said it's open to complete novices, which is great because that's what I am. And you get put into a group on Facebook. I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 different groups, so you're in a smaller community and everybody's really helpful. So it's a 2023 murder mystery quilt. The book is called Murder of the Vikings, so it's all Viking themed. So I'm gonna have to start watching the Vikings again, I think, and I think there's another show out as well that's like along the same lines. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get started on those. If you are interested and you still want to join, I think she closes it at the beginning of February, so once it's closed, that's it. You won't be able to get in until 2024, and I think it's cost $7 a month, I think. And what they've done is they've given you all the colours that you might need and the yardage. You can choose whatever you want. They were just kind of like you know, you might want to go for this kind of colour. So like if it's the sky, you know, it's going to be kind of a bluey colour. If it's the water, you know, if it's going to be, there's like some fire colours in there. So yeah, lots of different things going on. This is my little sampler sheet. So these are the colours that I'm going for. And we had a trip out, Andrea and I had a trip out to Bombay Fabrics, and it was amazing. That's in Bradford for anybody that lives locally. We were in there for a good few hours. It was really fun. So we were pulling all the fabrics that we wanted off the shelves, and then they were cutting it up to the you know, the length that we needed, and they gave us a great big discount, which was great. You know, I bought rotary cutters, cutting guides, everything, and I bought the whole of the backing of the quilt as well. So I've got everything other than like the binding, is that what you call it? I'm total novice, so apologies if I'm talking rubbish. But yeah, I just need to buy the binding, but I'm not sure what colour I'm going to want that to be until I see it all at the end, and I've not got the wadding to go on the inside either. But yeah, we went to the Bombay Fabric store and it was great. Gave us lovely discount because we both spent over £100, and then he took us into the back room to show us like all his storage area, and my god, it is a full warehouse of fabrics and yarns and Krynic and all the good stuff. I think we were both quite overwhelmed by how much there was, but the guy is so lovely. You know, and he gave us his contact details, so if there's ever anything that we particularly want that's not on the website, you know, we can ring ahead and see if he can source it for us, which is lovely but also very dangerous at the same time, because as you will know, I make project bags and things for people on request, so yeah, dangerous. So yeah, that's another challenge that I'm doing. I'm going to show it in the group, in the videos, my progress on it, unless I fail miserably, and then it'll just go in a cupboard and never be seen ever again. But yeah, that's what's going on. So the next thing that I want to do just quickly is to do the giveaway. So on my last video I wanted to give away a leftover thread pack and pattern that I did for the mystery winter boxes. This is Decorate the Tree. Little polar bear with the penguin putting a star on the top of the tree, and you get the floss drops, the floss and the pattern. I've already done the random selector just because I'm a little bit clunky at that, so that's why I've not done it online. And the winner is Sean Jury, I think it is. So I've commented on the original comment from the last video, so do drop me an email, and congratulations. I do not have a giveaway this week, I'm afraid. However, I'm pretty sure there will be one on the next one. I've got a bit of an idea in mind, but if you could still subscribe, drop me a like, it is greatly appreciated. So the next things is just to mention about the Floss Friends group, which you all know I keep talking about it. I think we've got just under 600 members now, so it's a great community, people from all over the world. We've got physical meetups in May, July and November this year. May and November are fully booked, however there is still a few places left in the July one. That is in it's Junction 33 off the M1 at a Holiday Inn. We've got it for the full weekend, lots of food and drinks included. We've got some lovely vendors coming, so it should be a great day. If you are interested, then just drop me a message and I can give you the details. There is just day tickets available as well. We've got some wonderful Flosstubers coming. So we've got Michelle, Mama Loves You GB coming, and we've got Lauren from Flossabilities and Mama Flossabilities coming as well. Can't wait to see them again. Love them to bits. And it'll be my first time meeting Michelle. So it'll be great to see her in an intimate setting, and then she's coming to the Big Stitch event in 2024 as well, so that will be lots of fun. So yeah, even if you can't come to the physical retreats, every month we do an online chat on the first Friday of every month. We start it at 7:30 p.m. That's the UK time, and it usually goes until like 1, 2 in the morning. People come and go throughout the night. You don't have to stay, you can stitch on whatever you want, and it's just a great way just to chat to other members. So if you do want to be more involved in a stitching community, then please do come along. It would be greatly appreciated. And I think that is probably it. So thank you so much for joining me. I will try and do another update probably at the end of January to let you know whether I hit my goals or not. I hope you all are not too miserable going back to work in January, but do enjoy your stitching time, and I will see you all soon. Bye.